All right, today we're going to learn how to paint this vineyard with a sunset. All right, so the question today is, when was the earliest known winery? All right, let's run through the colors. Quin red, early red, primary yellow, Indian yellow, Van Dyke brown, ultramarine blue, Quin blue, phthalo green, titanium white, Mars black. Get the party started! For this painting, we've kind of laid in the sunset. We got kind of the cloud definition going on here a little bit. We're gonna have to second coat that. It's obviously very light right now, so it's really wishy-washy. The paint's kind of dripping through. That kind of happens sometimes with blue paint. It doesn't work as well as you want it. We got this green, and there's gonna be this mud here, so I have to add a lot more definition to the mud. Maybe reflections from the water, but it's in the painting, but I don't know if I want to include that. Maybe just mud. I might, because it has a brighter color, so you have that kind of focal point. Once we get these mountain ranges defined, we can add those really final vineyard rows. But we need to get those backgrounds all laid in really nice and good before we add those next layers. So the first winery was 4100 BC in Armenia, in a cave called Vayats Dezor. I'm sure that's mispronounced, but they found vats, jars, and cups inside this cave where they actually fermented wine on a regular basis. That's the question of the day. All right, we just finished the painting. Let's take a closer look. So we have kind of a nice sky. It's going into a sunset, which I think the clouds turn out really well as far as those contrasts with the purple red. It's got a really dark purple up front, and then it goes into kind of the yellow sky. I don't know if that transition's quite right. You have kind of the fog rolling in and the mountains in the background, which is pretty common in wine country. And then you have kind of a reflection of the water and the mud. And the wines have already been picked, so they're dry. I kind of like this. I think the composition is good. You have this, nice focal point into the middle. The sun's off to the sky. I probably could have moved that over. That might have been made more sense as far as centering that painting, but it has a nice contrast in the sky. You have the clouds kind of zigzagging back and forth, which creates a lot of drama in contrast to the grass per se or the mountains. Overall, I think it's a pretty good painting. Yeah, in the foreground, it's kind of a little muddy, I think, with the darker colors, but it's brown, so brown is brown. I don't know what else you're gonna paint it. I guess I could have painted some crazy purple, which some people do, but I kind of wanted to stick to the more realistic colors. You got that grass. It has the mud in the middle. I didn't know if I wanted to keep it, but you need kind of that contrast green to brown, kind of creates more pop punch in the front per se. Yeah, overall I think it's pretty good. Hopefully you guys like it. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe below. And if you want to see the long version, I have that on Patreon now, so go check that out. And I'll see you in the next painting video. Thanks for watching, guys.